Welcome to the South African media launch of the Omoda C5 plug-in hybrid vehicle and the Jaecoo J7 with super hybrid systems. The C9 plug-in hybrid is powered by a 1.5-litre turbocharged petrol engine combined with 4 electric motors, one on each axle, and a 34.4 kilowatt-hour battery pack, allowing for a 150-kilometer pure EV range and a 1,100-kilometer combined range, making it capable of launching from 0 to 100 kilometers in just 4.9 seconds. The Jaecoo J7 Super Hybrid is also equipped with a 1.5-litre turbocharged petrol engine but has a single electronic motor that's powered by a 18.4 kilowatt-hour battery, allowing for a 90-kilometer pure EV range and a 1,200-kilometer driving range. The J7 Super Hybrid is front-wheel driven and is capable of launching from 0 to 100 in 8.4 seconds. Omoda South Africa and Jaecoo South Africa went all out for this event. We spent most of the day at the Gerotek Testing Facilities in Pretoria, testing out the dynamics of both of these vehicles. But before we get into that, let's jump to the pricing presentation.
So standard warranty, 7-year, 200,000 kilometers, and then the service plan of 5 years, 75,000 kilometers. Okay. As for all Omoda and Jaecoo owners, 10-year, 1 million kilometers for the first owner. And then this is very important, electric drive unit. So there's a power motor and the power motor control unit that is 10 years, 200,000 kilometers. So I don't know who wants to guess the price, because I think that car's left the building. Note my pun. But if you had to guess, and I don't want you to guess, for the amazing price of 689,000 rand. Right, so to put this into perspective, what we have done for the entire J7 lineup is we've actually re-spec'd the vehicle slightly. So just as an added benefit, the entry-level J7 Vortex is now fitted with a sunroof.
Another nice competitor in the market, just already looking at your fuel cost. Now that you have an actual EV battery, you have best of both worlds. It's either you go on fuel or you go fully on EV, whether you're doing your 90 kilometers per hour.
In the service plan perspective, 7-year, 200,000 kilometers, and the 7-year, 100,000 kilometers on the service plan. Again, the 10-year, 1 million kilometer engine warranty for the first owner, and the 10-year, 200,000 kilometer warranty for the power motor and the control unit, additional or included in the price. So now I would like to have some guesses on the price on the C9. Anybody? 850. It's under 2 million, if that narrows it down. 1.1? 899?
950.
We'll split the difference from 999, 999. Okay, so there's the entire lineup, guys, in terms of J7 and C9. So from the Vortex to the J7 SHS, and then including the C9 plug-in hybrid. So there's the entire model lineup. We'll have a 10-year unlimited range warranty for the first owner. And for the first 250 J7 owners and C9 owners, you will get a wall box charging unit to the value of 13,500. And if you want to know, the installation is for the customer's account. So just
Okay, let's do a walk around the Jaecoo J7 Super Hybrid. In terms of aesthetics, you get in a very nice looking vehicle that's not very different to the regular J7. Neat curves, very imposing front bumper with chrome inserts and black accents, Jaecoo name badging, LED daytime running lights, LED headlights and LED fog lights. Around the side, it has neat blacked out wheel cladding with a 1800mm ground clearance and rides on 19-inch aerodynamic alloys. The side mirrors and side pillars are finished in high gloss black. The door handles are flush fitted and pop out when unlocked, contributing to that sleek and sophisticated look. And at the rear, there's a roof spoiler that's also finished in high gloss black. There's a full width LED tail light that stretches across the tailgate. There's Jaecoo name badging in the center, PHEV on the right hand side, and J7 name badging on the left hand side. The J7 Super Hybrid continues to impress once you jump to the inside. These are the pop-out handles, and you see there's decent legroom and decent headroom. Synthetic leather seats are nice and comfortable, they look and feel good. There's some nice storage space behind the front seats, USB Type-A and USB Type-C connectivities with air vents for the rear. That's what the front looks like, dominated by that massive infotainment system, which would probably need a video on its own. So we'll be getting this contest soon and you guys can look out for that. It is nice soft touch materials being used, leatherettes and good neat finishing. It's also a Sony sound system that sounds very nice. Let's move to the front. Again, pop-out handles. More of the soft touch and neat materials being used. Very simplistic vibes. And these are the controls for the windows. I don't know about that. Again, Sony sound system. Very nice sounding. And this is what the driver's seat looks like. The passenger seat has controls, so it's easy for the driver to operate if there's no passenger in there. Very comfortable driving positioning, electronically operated of course. It is also equipped with a camera in the front, a camera on each side mirror and a camera at the rear, which makes up the 360 view parking camera setup. There's also parking sensors in the front and parking sensors at the rear. Now let's have a closer look at the Omoda C9 PHEV. Up front you get LED daytime running lights with LED headlights and the turn signals are sequential. Omoda name badging with high gloss black finishing behind it and a diamond insert on the grille. It's also functional air vents to cool these 21-inch alloy wheels which are massive and they are wrapped in Michelin tires. Turn signals on the color-coded side mirrors, and just like the Jaecoo J7 it has those neat pop-out door handles. Moving to the rear of the vehicle, there's a color-coded roof spoiler, LED tail lights with a Omoda nameplate badging in the center with high gloss black finishing. C9 badging on the left-hand side with all-wheel drive PHEV badging on the right-hand side. And there are quad exhaust pipe tailpipes at the rear that are purely there for sporty aesthetics. The interior space of the C9 plug-in hybrid is a luxurious affair. There are plenty of soft touch and feel-good materials with some plastic bits that are covered in high black gloss materials, adding to that luxurious aesthetics. The rear seats are covered in lacquer leather seats. They are electronically operated and have heating capabilities. There's a rear center console that has USB Type-A and USB Type-C connectivity, as well as the controls for the heated seats and the rear climate control. Up front, there's dual digital displays, one for the driver display and one for the infotainment system. The door handles pop out when they are unlocked, but are flushed when locked. They are very cool and they feel good in the hand as well. Multifunctional steering wheel is also leather wrapped, but there are some shiny bits that do reflect in your eye. There's a sensor in the middle that senses the driver attention on the road. Again, soft touch materials on the door panels with the plastic and high gloss finishing. Memory seats for the driver, which have 3 memory settings. Sony sound system that blasts and sounds very nice. There's also some wood grain finishing over there. And there are some integrated speakers in the headrest for the driver. These seats are also heated and cooled and are finished in nappa leather. A massive panoramic sunroof with black roof liner, which is a must-have. And in the center console, there's various storage spaces for the key and cup holders. There's also wireless charging up front with analog dials for the climate control. USB Type-A and USB Type-C connectivity, as well as a place down there to put your fragrance. Sony sound system speakers, like I said, and that's it for the inside. It also has a camera in the front, a camera on each side mirror, and a camera at the rear, which makes up the 360 view camera. With also parking sensors in the front and parking sensors at the rear, so parking should be a breeze. And now for the fun bits to test out the driving dynamics of the Omoda C9 with a moose test, which will test the electronic stability control. The moose test evaluates the vehicle's stability and maneuverability when reaching a sudden obstacle by simulating swerving to avoid an object at high speed without braking. This means that the electronic stability control will automatically kick in by applying brakes gently when the car is swerving to gain traction and control.
Nice one.
Next, we do a 0 to 100 speed test with the Omoda C9 as well as a braking test.
So it was just over 4.9, about 5.1.
The last test we did was with the Jaecoo J7 SHS on a Gymkhana track setup on the skid pan, testing the driving dynamics as well as the skill of the driver. This was a timed event, so it was quite challenging. We've reached the end of this video and would like to thank you for watching. We also ask that you kindly subscribe and interact with this video as we will be getting both of these vehicles on test in the near future. Jaecoo and Omoda South Africa have plans to launch more vehicles in the upcoming months, so you'll be able to see it right here on SnapChange Media Car Reviews. We'd like to give a special thank you to the team behind the Jaecoo and Omoda South Africa OEM brands. Peace guys, we really appreciate it and we'll see you at the next one.